Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, this is another episode of Bullet Points, the show that is a complement to our 9 p.m. Second Amendment news, politics, and analysis. This one brings forward a little bit more of the personality, but also counters the far left crazy gun control request from the far left base. Now, these are mostly journalists, these are mostly editorials, things of that nature of people who have no understanding of the Second Amendment at all and have no availability to recognize the problems that if you don't have a Second Amendment. They've gone unanswered until right now, and that's what we look at. That's this show. It's still in beta, so I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you think overall of the entire idea, the feeling, the personality. But today, we're going to dive in. In this episode, we're going to New Mexico, Mexico Nuevo, where it's just as hot and the gun control is just as crazy. Let's get into it. All right, so the article that we're talking about is an editorial from the Albuquerque Journal, okay? Oh boy, here we go. Buckle up, people. It is past time New Mexico mandates owners secure their guns. Now, that sounds very nice on the front, but wait till you get to the end where they start talking about safe storage, and if you don't do it, you need to go to family court, and also you need to have a felony where you have to lose some of your other Second Amendment rights because you didn't store a gun properly, according to them. Just saying, but here we go. Let's dive in. They're going to get countered on this one. It's not just the tragic death of Hargrove that suggests now is the time for New Mexico to stand on securing guns away from kids and others who shouldn't have access. Yeah, kids shouldn't have guns. But this is the big problem that we run into constantly in this country. We're shifting personal responsibility and personal ownership of the blessings of the Second Amendment onto a government restrictive agency. It's not about self-respect, it's not about self-restraint, not self-governance. No, it's not about that. It's not about self-responsibility. The government needs to come in and tell us what to do because if we're going to have these rights, the government needs to moderate these rights, which is counter to the entire point. In fact, I got to keep going. We'll touch on that in a second. And we're going to put this one in the disingenuous column, by the way. Fair warning. A new study published in the Journal of Pediatrics says hospital visits by children injured by firearms rose 40% in 2020. The soaring numbers coincided with record increases in gun sales during the pandemic, though there was no direct link between the two trends, and that is something that they do all the time. It's a trick. It's a linguistic trick. Well, there was the injured children rose by 40% in 2020, and the soaring numbers coincided with record increases in gun sales, even though there was no correlation or direct tie-in. But still, it is a manipulation of words right there because they're trying to make it seem like it's connected even though they say it's not, right? Ugh. Opponents contend threatening prosecution if guns aren't locked away amounts to criminalizing parenting, kind of that self-responsibility thing. They said there are already laws on the books that can be used to help keep guns away from children, which there are. Not to mention, the main rules of firearm ownership is you never keep a gun, like you don't point a gun at anything you don't want to destroy. You never put your finger on the trigger. You always know what's behind you. Like there's so many like unknown rules to these people because they've never taken safety courses. Gun safety is paramount. Storing it safely is just as important. These people don't even know this, but they assume that we just like we leave guns hanging around the house all the time. That's what gun owners are. You walk in that front den, you got a gun in every couch cushion, and then you got one right there. There's one over there behind the Bible because you know Jesus and guns, those are together. I mean, like that's what they think we are. We're not. And honestly, these guys aren't the brightest crayons in the box. But it is kind of insulting. That's like that arrogance vibe we always get, right? But anyway, let's continue. Whatever happens in Rio Rancho case, New Mexico needs a statute that specifically spells out and puts the public on notice that safe and responsible storage of weapons is required, which is exactly what the gun advocates do all the time. Self-responsibility is only like the key points of owning a gun in the United States, but they don't know that because they've never done it. Okay, here we go. These people, like this level of arrogance and condescension really irritate me. Lawmakers now say they will ask Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham to revive a safe gun storage bill for the 2022 legislative session. Sanctions for violations in previous bills range from misdemeanor counts and fines to referring reports of insufficiently secured firearms to the state Children, Youth, and Families Department. You're going to call defects on people because they had a gun when they were cleaning it before they pulled up. You're putting so much power to now take children away from families. Like you guys are so power drunk. It's insane what you want to cede to the government. Like it's insane. It's just insane. Without a felony charge at issue, violators could still buy guns in the future. Oh, God forbid. Unless that issue is somehow addressed in a new safe storage proposal. So now, if the government deems you have not safely stored your firearms, you want to say that's a felony. And if you have children, you want to call DFACS or the children, basically the family court system, because you didn't store something according to your standards in your own home. These people are crazy, and that's where you get into this really bad giant government state. Is if the government dictates something that is in conflict with what you are, well, you're wrong because the government has decided. We're going down a slippery slope, people, with this kind of stuff. It's time for our state to get on board with this responsible, common sense gun safety reform that doesn't take away anybody's guns. It just helps them keep them out of the wrong hands. You literally just threatened in the exact same editorial article that you're going to take children away and you're going to issue felony counts if someone doesn't do what you deem as the proper solution. Tell me again how you're not taking guns away, because you can't buy guns if you're a felon, and you're going to call family services? You guys, this is actually in a newspaper. Like, this is mainstream thought on the left on gun control. And that is why bullet points exist, to bring this to your attention, but also offer counter opinions. Because this right here can't stand, guys. We cannot let this stuff happen, regardless of the tragedy, which I don't want and no one wants. You cannot see it turning out well, ceding this kind of power to a government, a local government of elected or appointed officials and bureaucracies. Whoa. Let me know what you guys think of this episode of Bullet Points, and until tomorrow, I'm Braden. See you later.